This is what's trending, bringing you the latest on matters affecting you. One of the biggest challenges for Jamaicans is the continuous increase in crude oil prices. This has resulted in an increase in the cost of generating electricity, which is having a negative impact on the living standard of ordinary Jamaicans. In today's program, we'll be discussing Jamaica and its energy security. It's JR. Welcome to What's Trending. Crude oil price has increased by about 60% since the start of this year. This has increased the cost of generating electricity, which has had a ripple effect on most sectors in the economy. This situation therefore begs the questions: what has changed, and how do we as a nation protect ourselves against the adverse effect of this change? In order to answer the first question, let's speak briefly on what's going on in Europe. Most of us may be aware of the Russia-Ukraine conflict taking place in Europe. This has triggered a lot of uncertainties in the crude oil trading markets. There is also a negative outlook on future crude oil prices due to sanctions levied on Russia. And with the talks of possibly more sanctions, this has a lot of traders nervous. Both of these factors are the main contributors to the swift rise in global crude oil prices that we have seen over the last 5 to 6 months. The next question is, how does Jamaica protect itself from this global market shock? Or maybe the question should really be, can Jamaica protect itself from this global market shock? In order to answer any of these questions, we need to take a look at how Jamaica has been managing its energy security in the last 10 to perhaps 15 years. So, Jamaica doesn't have any notable oil reserves, and the country relies totally on imports to meet its petroleum and coal requirements. It's also important to note for the conversation that the country uses over 60,000 barrels of oil per day, and only approximately 10 to 12% of its energy comes from renewables. This economic cost of energy imports cannot be overstated, especially in light of the fact that it exceeds the total value of exports. Data is also showing that energy consumption for the island has been increasing steadily over the last 15 years, which is putting an even greater strain on the island's economy. This situation was exacerbated by the global recession, which started in December 2007, which saw Jamaica moving closer to Venezuela with the Petrocarib deal to ensure energy security. Just a bit of background. Launched in 2005, the Petrocarib arrangement allowed participating countries to purchase oil from Venezuela on preferential payment conditions. This arrangement was signed between Venezuela under the leadership of the late Hugo Chavez and several Caribbean countries, including Jamaica. Nicolas Maduro then took over as president of Venezuela and committed to continue supplying Jamaica and the other Caribbean countries with cheap oil under the Petrocarib arrangement. The deal then collapsed shortly after. Why? A lot of experts believe that the collapse is as a result of America's tough sanctions on Venezuela, as well as corruption and malpractices. So, where does this leave Jamaica in terms of energy security? Let's take a look at what is happening with Petrocarib right now. So, Venezuela hopes to resuscitate the Petrocarib program, and several Caribbean nations, including Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, and possibly Jamaica, are having dialogue with Venezuela about what the revival of the program would mean, especially in a time like this where fuel prices are spiraling out of control and threaten to derail a lot of economies across the world. So, with this consideration, the CARICOM heads of government will be seeking dialogue with the USA as it relates to relieving sanctions on Venezuela so that the CARICOM region can benefit from cheaper energy alternative through the Petrocarib arrangement. So, are we energy secure? Simply put, not yet. We are still not out of the woods in terms of the nation's energy plan, and there hasn't been any official update up until the time of doing this video. Please feel free to share any update or comments on this in the comment section. With the average oil price now at approximately US $115 per barrel, and OPEC forecasting that oil demand will continue to increase for many years to come, while the capacity of refineries will continue to decline, this means time is not on our side. And therefore, the gravity of the situation warrants proper management and a clear and periodic update on the nation's energy policy. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching What's Trending. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and like the video if you found it helpful, and check out another of our videos. It means a lot to us. Until next time, be safe. Bye. I'm out. Bless.